We got a 548 score, but the killer here is there was a repo.
So you're 20 grand upside down on the Lightning.
Some people plan for the future. Others just assume their future self will figure it out.
Hey Dan, so I got this customer who came in. He's been trying to get done other places for Range Rovers, has had no luck, but he believes that you could get it done for him. He's on the Velar.
I'm a miracle worker, is what people say. So, credit app?
Yeah, did the credit app, did it with about, I believe, $5,000 down.
Okay. So let me take a look at the credit and see what we got. We got a 548 score, but the killer here is there was a repo last year. There was a repo, but it's since been paid off to collections. It's going to be tough, man, especially on a Range Rover. Can we get him into another unit, you think?
The lower the credit score, the more luxury the badge needs to be. With a recent repo still on his credit report, even if it's been paid off, this is not the time to be financing anything. And I'm not sure there's ever a good time to be financing a Range Rover.
So I asked, but no, that's his dream car.
Yeah.
He wants a Range Rover, the Velar.
So that's why he hasn't bought anything yet. I mean, let me submit it. $5,000 down is a good amount, so let me submit it. Let me see what we got. All right, Ronnie. Surprisingly, I got an approval for him. I need 6 Gs down. If we can get those 6 Gs, bring him on in.
All right, I'm going to go speak to him now. All right, Dan, I just spoke to him on the phone now. We're good with the 6,000. He's on his way now.
All right, perfect. For the sake of time, do me a favor. Just have him send you the driver's license and insurance before he gets here so I can have everything prepared and good to go for when he's here.
It's surprising a lender would approve this at all. Low credit score, recent repo. It's a vehicle that's expensive to maintain and not exactly known for reliability. For the buyer, this is probably more about the look than the car itself.
Okay.
So he's got a New Jersey driver's license.
Yeah, but he wants to register in Delaware.
Yeah, he wants to register in Delaware. Delaware is like a very finicky state. Everything has to match. Is he okay registering in New Jersey?
Let me talk to him.
Because the sales tax is different. We're talking about probably like a $600-700 difference in sales tax. So find out if that works for him, because that's gonna change the numbers. I resubmitted it to the bank with New Jersey. Did you speak to him?
Yeah, so I spoke to him. He's okay with doing it to New Jersey.
Here's the other thing, right? So I resubmitted to the bank. The sales tax changed, and because of that, they want another $1,000 in equity out of pocket.
Another $1,000. He might want to get used to that, because from everything I hear about Range Rovers, the maintenance can really add up. It's not just buying the vehicle, it's keeping it on the road, and that's where it can get expensive.
And so I need 7 Gs now to get the deal done. But that's kind of a monkey wrench that was added at the very end there. So hopefully he's cool with it.
All right, Dan, so I just spoke to him, and we're good.
Well, I'm glad he likes the car. I went out there and talked to him briefly. So he did say, he's like, the only reason I'm here is because of you. Like, no one else can get me done. So I'm glad our outreach is working, and I guess we're doing what we're promising we can do. So just go over numbers with him with the 7 Gs down. As long as he's cool with it, get me insurance, and we'll start wrapping it up.
All right, I'm going to work on it now.
You got it, man.
I have to wonder if they left out the interest rate on purpose, because if nobody else could get the deal done, and with that credit score, you know it's high. I understand wanting your dream car. There's a few I'd love to have as well, but I'm not willing to take on a high interest loan to get one. It's just not worth overspending, just because you want it now.
I see here you sent me a bunch of stuff with your current cars. You owe $49K. That's a lease, or is that a finance?
Finance.
And then you also have the Edge, right?
Yep.
You're trying to get out of both cars?
Yeah.
So you're 20 grand upside down on the Lightning.
I should have positive equity right around like 7-ish K on the Edge, give or take.
Let's take a look at the Edge as well. And I think you said you were in between the A5, right? Something like a TLX 5 Series.
That's where I would like to be, or something equivalent.
Looks like the Edge with the minor is probably going to be around 13.5 and about 25.5 on the Lightning. If you owe 8K on the Edge, so you're at about 5,500 in positive equity, give or take. It's about $300 or so increase on any payment.
Another negative equity fix, or at least they call it a fix. He made the decision to finance not one, but 2 vehicles. Before he's even finished paying for them, it's already time to upgrade. But an upgrade shouldn't involve debt from a previous vehicle.
Let's start with the mid-size SUV for the wife, right?
We went and looked at like a Rogue today, and she liked that.
The Rogue would be like the best deal, or the Murano. And then if you owe 49 minus 25.5, that's 23.5 in negative equity. So I'm going to roll in 11,750 into this Murano.
Okay.
What I'm also doing is I'm taking the positive of the 5,500, dividing that by 2 as well. So 2,750 total out on a Murano SL with $11,750 rolled into your monthly payments. You're going to be at $827 a month on that car.
Only $827 a month on a car. It's not that bad if you don't think about it. One of the funny things about these clips about negative equity is the comments. There are always people so impressed about how the salesman managed to get the deal done. Like they've worked some type of magic. All they do is add the debt into the next payment, and then tell you you'll walk free in a couple years.
So given your overall top end budget of $2,000, that leaves us with approximately $1,173 of room to work with, which I think puts us in probably TLX or A5. The A5 right now is, I think, the best deal. We took the 5,500, split it two ways, applied 2,750 to your wife's potential Murano, and applied 2,750 here to this Audi. The sweet spot with the Audi is going to be a 48-month term, and then us taking the remainder of the negative equity from the Lightning and rolling it into the Audi, you're at $860 a month for that one.
Almost $1,700 a month now in car payments. The negative equity vanished right into the new payment. The buyer now feels like something was accomplished, but really he's just pushed the problem down the road. Because it didn't disappear, it just got repackaged.
I don't want to tell you how to do things, but why drop 20 grand if you could just pay $650 a month every month?
I gotta go buy something else. I don't know what to do.
What's up, Mikey?
I'm with the queen. I looked at her car. She's not over the miles. Nothing to worry about there. The car is worth maybe 15, 16, 17,000. The payoff is 22,000. Doesn't pay for her to keep this car. She's going to be out of warranty and she's not going to be equitable. The idea that I have is offering her a new lease.
Of course it's a new lease. I'm sure there's some good salesmen out there, but why would you take advice from someone that makes a profit off you? Taking a new lease only extends the problem. And in a few years, we'll be in the exact same situation.
Her concern is how much she's going to be spending every month.
That's a problem.
Right. She's paying $650 now for a 2021. I could give her a 2025 for $650 again, with no money out of pocket, just keep going. Or you could pay $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 down and obviously lower the payment to somewhere she feels more comfortable. Or option 3, she's going to find a car that's $399 with no money out of pocket. That's not a Benz or anything like that, but then safety comes into concern.
What about buying a good car that you guys have there? One time, we'll bring you a $20,000 check.
If you're ready to drop 20 grand, but $600, that's $7,000 a year. Mom, do you hear us? I have an idea. Write a check for 20,000. Could you put it in a money market, make some interest, and let the money that you make on 20 grand pay her $600 lease payment? That's what I do for my parents.
Another idea.
It's funny how he says safety is an issue with the cheaper car, because a higher priced car doesn't automatically mean it's safer. But it sounds good and that's usually enough. People are willing to spend more if they think a car is safer, because it feels like they're protecting themselves and their family. But most don't think twice about the financial risk they're taking on to get it.
I don't advise you guys cutting a check for a car and then in 3 years it being worth nothing. And then what are you going to do with the car? Who needs it?
Okay, so let's do this. I'll do what you think you would do for your parents. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Chase today or tomorrow. I'm gonna get 20 grand. I'm gonna put another account under her name, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell them I want money market. I want the interest every month. I'm gonna tell Benz to pull the money out of there.
Bingo. That's it.
Show her the GLB. Get her something different. We've had that for 3 years.
Okay, we'll talk again. Let me show her some more options.
The money she's going to get back in interest on that $20,000 isn't going to come anywhere close to the lease payment. But again, it sounds good if you haven't done the math. And really, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. And that's selling and making money for himself and the dealership.
All right, guys, calling a customer on a 2021 Nissan Sentra. She contacted me on social media. She owes almost $40,000 on a 2021 Nissan Sentra with almost 60,000 miles. This has probably got to be the worst one yet. So let's give her a call and see how I can help.
Hello?
Hey, how are you? This is Yusuf, the car dealer.
Yes.
So I'm calling about that 2021 Nissan Sentra that you sent me the information on Instagram. That you said you're trying to get out of it. You don't have a lot of money down. And I just want to kind of help me understand, how was this car 40,000? Did you roll over negative equity? Did you sell it for 40? Kind of help me understand that.
$40,000 on this car is getting up there with one of the worst, but it shows people are making huge financial decisions without taking the time to think it through. A lot of the times it's just not understanding how loans work, usually being the interest rate and how much they're going to be paying in total.
Yeah, so I had went to this, it was like an open auction type of thing or something like that. I don't know what it is. It was just people they're from Florida, and they came down to Tampa with used cars, but that are basically relatively new, like newer, like year. And they just decided to, check my credit or whatever. And they decided to see if I got approved for it through my credit. And I guess they took out a loan, or I have no idea what happened. And they just took out a loan from Capital Auto Finance for $40,000. And
there it is, not understanding what she signed up for. The problem is you sign your name on that contract. agreeing to the terms and confirming you understand them. Really, there's no one to blame but yourself. And I did this when I was younger. I wanted the car, I didn't bother focusing on the details, and ended up paying a lot more than I should have.
Now, when I got the app and everything, and it showed up on my payments and stuff like that, it said that I'm projected to pay off the full $40,000 when the car, it says I have to pay $22,000 on the actual car. So I guess they added all that extra stuff. So I'm projected to pay it off on 2029, and now I'm stuck paying a car note that's 18%.
She likely didn't understand how much it was going to cost her with an interest rate that high. Because if anyone were to sit down and calculate that out, they wouldn't sign the contract. They'd see how much of that payment was just going towards interest, and how little is actually going towards the car.
$970 a month is what this Chevrolet Tahoe is leasing out for. This is the LT model, $73,000 MSRP, 39 months, 12,000 miles a year. This customer put down taxes and fees on the car, $970 a month. What do we like about it? This is obviously the new body style, really nice signature lights in the front that did get refreshed, I believe, last year. Specifically, we had to get the 20-inch wheels. It is actually crazy. The 20s look kind of like 18s. It's such a large tire. Big, comfortable car. As far as interior space, this is why you buy a Tahoe.
$1,000 a month to lease a Tahoe, and that's just a payment, no ownership, no equity. Just a monthly bill for something that goes back in the end. By the time the lease is over, that's tens of thousands of dollars spent with nothing to show for it.
Big touchscreen display, wireless charger, Apple CarPlay, heated seats, heated steering wheel, remote start, Bose sound system, captain seats in the rear. This is what you're paying $970 a month for. The back of these look great. Really do like what they did in the back. Third row is power folding. The Suburban would get you about an extra 2 feet back, but the Tahoe is pretty much all you need for most buyers.
$1,000 a month on a car, loan or lease, it doesn't really matter. It's still $1,000 a month going to something that depreciates, and in some cases you don't even own. That's $12,000 a year just in payments, before insurance, before any extra costs, before anything unexpected comes up. And it all adds up fast, for something that's worth less every single day. If you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.